everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marisha. I'm a certified life coach and I love helping ambitious men and women get unstuck through mindset shifts and self awareness so they can live a life in purpose. So you can live a life in purpose, whoever you are, okay? How are you doing? I pray that this message today will serve you in any way, shape, or form that it can serve you, okay? All right, guys. So today's topic, our subject today is that whatever you tolerate at work will shape your future. Okay? It will. Trust me, I've been there. I'm not speaking on a subject where I've never experienced these things. Okay? And I'm going to teach you as I am going through these things. I'm going to just tell you exactly not what to do, but I'm going to tell you what I've been through and how I can and how I handle it, right? And just some wisdom on from learning my lessons, of course. But yeah, just want to put it out there and take whatever you can. That's it. That's all. Okay. That's it. That's all. So yeah, what you tolerate at work shapes your future. Okay. I never cared to speak up at work ever. Right. There was a meeting, we had a conference, whether it be at work, it will not be, a cricket, a pin drop for me. I would be so silent. My first year of teaching, middle school, sixth grade, I remember it was a teacher who was very talkative, right? Opinionated. She spoke out always. If you didn't hear anyone else's voice, you are guaranteed at each meeting you will hear her voice, okay? And it was to the point where I grew a little annoyed, right? But never said anything. It was times where we would schedule together, right? We would come together to, to make content for the kids and all that. And we had to work together. It was like she was taking over the entire thing. Not saying this to boast anyone or just talk about anyone. I'm saying this because there was a lesson in this for me. I had to go through this so I can experience and so I can, learn the lesson. You know, I felt very weak. I felt very weak. I did not feel and I didn't feel secure within myself. I was very quiet because I felt like that was the best way to be safe, right, in the space. Yeah, it was hard because I didn't do any I didn't do any good for myself, right? I made myself feel very small, right? And that's how it reflected my actions. I would, you know, run away or hide and not really confront the situation, the person. And so, I remember talking to, my instructor about the whole situation, with my supervisor, and saying like, I'm having a hard time. I promise you, I lie to you not. That's when I knew I had anxiety, because when I would express how I felt with her, my voice would shake. It was just, oh, uncontrollably. It would shake so bad it was crazy, right? And I felt that, I heard that, but it felt good to get it out, right? But then, oh man, it was like I was tattletaling. It was crazy, and I'm grown, right? At 26. So I was like, oh, this is, I really witnessed that for myself. And I'm like, I don't want to be this woman. I don't want to be that woman. I want to speak up for myself, right? Even when it's scary to do. It shaped my future because people, after that, people and even real life, would run over me and I would let them do whatever and I would still, be cool with it. And I'm like, that's not actually cool though. You know what I mean? Like, you need to be able to speak up for yourself, and not in a disrespectful way. You don't have to be disrespectful to others to get your point across or to let people know exactly how you want to be treated. Never take disrespect from others, especially when you're not taking it, you're not giving it to yourself. But I was giving disrespect to myself. I would ignore myself when in responsibilities and things would arise. I would just ignore it, the whole thing. I would not speak up when I'm bothered because I felt like I was, um, protecting others. It is just a situation where I don't ever want to be again, because as a woman, I need to speak up, as just as a person, period, right? You want to get things out, you want to be able to talk and communicate, and I think that's so important. And over the years, I've learned how important it is, just by continuously being in that same situation where I had to communicate and use my voice, which I love because I'm using my voice right now in a space where I enjoy using my voice, right? But I had to go through there, go through that then to get to where I am now, right? And so that's where the self-awareness comes in though, because I was aware how I felt when I was expressing how I was feeling with, the coworker, and I was like, I don't want to feel this again. That really hurt, and it's sad because it showed me that I need some work. I need some self work. I need some insight. I need to take time for myself and really, really dive deeper into how I want to show up, how I want to be, how I want to communicate. You know what I mean? And so, how can I get there was always the answer for me. And so, again, God had to allow the test to come in so I can learn as I go, right? And I can grow, through those experiences, which I have. And I'm so grateful for that. And so now it's to the point where I can communicate and say how I feel and be very respectful, right? And I don't focus on how others feel after that. I said my piece, I let it go, right? Because I'm not overthinking about, oh, what if they be mad? What if they did this? And oh my gosh, I don't think about that. I pray that, they receive well and we move on, right? I don't think about that. I move forward. So I'm saying that if you are being lazy at your job, right? And you're allowing, yourself to play small, you're not speaking up for things that are right, you know, um, that's how it's going to be in your actual life. That's how it's going to be in the future. The things that you don't handle right now are the things that are going to keep popping up later on in the future. The things that you decide to mishandle or just not really pay attention to, it's going to keep popping up until you can learn your lesson. At work, guess what? I saw, actually, it was a video, right? But I listened to Jim Rohn, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that um, wrong, Rohn, his last name, but this stick this sticks with me every time. Every time, reflecting on his own situation, he said when he was working, he was he was a hard worker, right? Worked a lot at these people's job, on someone else's job. He said, but the biggest key is to work hard on yourself, to work on yourself every single day. And so the work that you're not doing in yourself is what's going to show in your work, and whatever you're not handling because you're not aware at what's going on at your job, you will see those same things in your future, right? So self-awareness is so important because you are able to pick up on things, whether it's not just other people but yourself and your own habits, whether it's good or bad. If it's not serving you, then you need to let it go, right? And so if you're not aware of that, then those things are going to keep popping up and showing you that this is important, you need to handle it, right? And so you don't want to stay stuck in a space, right? Mentally, emotionally, physically. You don't want to get stuck. So whatever you are tolerating at work, I want you to reflect on that. How was work? Checking in with yourself. I've mentioned it before. But checking in with yourself and ask yourself, how am I feeling? If anything has changed, right? What are some ways that I can grow in the space that I'm in? What else can we say? We can think also about, what at work that I'm tolerating that maybe you gossip a lot. And whatever you gossip a lot at work and whatever got on your nerve afterwards, you have to call your girlfriend up and like, hey man, bro, these people got me effed up. Whatever the case is. And if you gotta vent to your girlfriend and not the people at your work, if you gotta, you gotta keep talking about the situation to your girlfriend and not handle the situation within yourself, and whatever it is at work that is causing you to continuously, right, talk about this situation. It's taking up all your energy. You are also allowing this to take up your energy, right? Which is a no-no. And you're allowing it to be you, right? You're allowing this emotion to be you, okay? And yeah, now you got to figure it out, right? Because if you don't figure it out, it's going to follow you at the next job if you decide to leave, right? It's going to follow you at the next job. So it's going to continue. It's going to follow you in your relationships, right? Communication is a big problem at your work and you're not speaking up for yourself and you're playing small because you don't want to step on anyone's toes, right? You don't want to take up so much space. People going to think I'm too smart, so I don't want to answer the question. It will not serve you. Okay? It will not. Yeah. So don't play small, be your best, do your best. And again, guys, if you need any assistance, please hit me up. Go on my website. It is now up. Savor the Purpose is up and running. I'm so happy and so grateful for this blessing. I've been wanting to do this for a very long time, but God's timing is everything. And I just want to say, guys, I can better serve you now on my website. So please go to my website, Savor the Purpose. I will add it in my bio. And so I can, I don't know, maybe, I don't know if I know how to do that yet, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to add it in the bio and figure that out. And yeah, let's get moving. I want you to grow. I don't do these videos because I'm just talking. Like, I truly want to add value, right? And so I feel like whatever I've learned, if I can share, I want to share it. Okay. And so, and if you know anything, share with people. Don't gatekeep. Don't, you know, don't, just don't. Okay. Like Bryson Tiller, we're not going to do that. Okay. Anyway, guys, I hope to see you at our online workshop here on YouTube Live starting on June 20th. And I pray to see you. It's going to be a power hour, nothing but transformative party, okay? And the theme is purpose, okay? We're doing all things purposefully. Hope to see you there at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I hope you have a blessed day. Okay, see you later.